Hey everybody, I'm Jacqui Duran, independent Scentsy superstar consultant. It's been a while since I've done a Google Hangout, so I want to say thank you and hello to those of you joining me today live. If you're not able to join live, no worries. This is going to be directly uploaded to my YouTube shortly after we finish up today. Welcome to Training Tuesdays. You guys know that I've been changing up my format, so this is the first live one we've done in a while, and I thought that I would do a couple live ones simply because I thought that this was a really good time to talk about sponsoring, about building your team. And so next week, what we're going to do is we're also going to do another Google Live Hangout, and that one is going to be focused directly on what to do when you first start Scentsy. So for all of those who are joining, that's going to be a really amazing thing. So if you are not yet subscribed to my YouTube, make sure that you hop on over to YouTube if you're not already watching from there, and hit that subscribe button. That way you can stay in the know with the weekly trainings that we are going to be doing. So yeah, that's kind of how I roll. I do a weekly training video every single Tuesday, different topic. Sometimes they're fun and silly. 9 times out of 10, this year I've started recording them because the feed tends to cut in and out sometimes during the Google Live Hangouts. But I'm going to leave the Hangouts hanging around for a little while and for special occasions such as this and such as next week, because next week I want to be able to show you guys, as we're talking about what to do when you first join, is the actual screenshots of the workstation. So that way I can screen share with you and share along, and we can kind of walk through it all together. So not going to want to miss that. Little Miss is behind me. Hopefully she's going to let me work because we want to knock this out. So we're not playing today, okay, Boo?
Okay.
All right, so let Mama do her thing, okay?
Can I have drink?
Not yet. Okay, so today, this is all about building your business. This is about building your team. And when I talk about building your team, that is, of course, having people join with you as their sponsor. Now, what is the very first thing that we have to remember for people to be able to join our team? Anybody out there know? The first thing is you absolutely positively have to have your website active. If you do not have, and we call that our PWS, so our personalized website. So for me, for example, that is themeltingpot.scentsy.us. You can name it whatever you'd like, as long as it doesn't have the word Scentsy in it. I mean, it already has the word Scentsy at the end. Everybody's has Scentsy dot. If you're in the US, it ends in US. If you're in Canada, it will end in CA. So if you happen to see those different addresses out there, if you didn't know, now you know. Hope that helped you. But that is truly the only way anyone can join your team. Now, the good thing, because Scentsy really pays attention to us as business owners and as independent consultants, and they really do their best to take care of us. So when you first join Scentsy, they actually allow you to have your PWS or your website free for the first 90 days. So for the first 3 months, you don't even have to worry about a thing. It is completely taken care of for you. After that, it is a $10 per monthly charge. And some people kind of scoff at the beginning. They're like, oh my gosh, $10. I don't know. That seems, trust me, guys, $10 is worth it. Because again, not only is it a fantastic website, we don't have to maintain that website, right? There might be some other companies out there, or me, myself, I'm creating my own website for my writing. And, I can tell you that there's a lot of work involved in not only creating, but maintaining a website. Even if you use like the quick shortcuts like GoDaddy and you use a program that creates it for you and you just plug everything in, you still have to maintain that. With Scentsy, we literally do not ever have to maintain that. They do it for us. So when the new catalog drops March 1st, We don't have to go in there and do updates. Scentsy takes care of all of that on the back end. That's an amazing thing. Trust me, from someone who's doing it. It's an amazing thing to not have to worry about that. The second thing is, like I said, no one can join your team unless you have a website, because unless they've been a consultant before, if they have, they just go to account services at Scentsy.com. They have to email them. They give them the name of the person and their consultant, that person's consultant ID that they want to join under, and they can be reinstated for free. But for everybody else who has never been a consultant before, the only way to join is to go to that person's website and click the join button. Follow, fill out the page, pay their $99 plus shipping and tax, or if you're in Canada, it's $119 plus shipping and tax. And that is how you join. That is it. That is it. That is it. That is it. So there's no special treatment of, oh gosh, I really want to sign under this person, but she doesn't have a website, so I'm going to call Scentsy. They're not going to do that, guys. They're going to tell that consultant, or have you tell that consultant, you need to have an active website. So that alone right there is worth the $10, let me tell you. Another great thing is what Scentsy does for us is every single Wednesday, the first Wednesday of every month, they send out a newsletter on our behalf. Again, automatically, we don't have to update it unless we want to. It automatically goes out with all the specials going on, all of the information, all of our contact information is there in it. It's beautiful and fantastic, and it goes out to everybody who, in your workstation under the contacts tab, anybody who has the check mark next to newsletter is getting that newsletter the first Wednesday of every single month. So that kind of all rolls up with having your own personalized website. Sorry, I literally just got home from work. I set up Little Miss in the living room, and it's really cold outside, so I'm still like kind of warming up. So those are some really great things that you need to know, and reasons behind having a website. Another great reason that I will tell you about is whenever Scentsy does any kind of a flash sale. We've had in the past, we've had like Mega Monday. We've had our what was it? We had like a Halloween one not too long ago, last season or the season before. Whenever they do like these flash sales, those are only web-based. So the only way that somebody can get those sale prices isn't by calling you and saying, hey, will you put in an order for me? No, they have to go to your website. And again, that's because those flash sales are truly supply and demand. That is Scentsy discounting things. And again, it's based on quantity available. So that's the reason that they make it a website only flash sale. Because if I'm a customer and I am calling Letitia and I'm saying, hey, I wanted to order 3 of the flower warmer that is on sale, and I want I don't know, the washer whiffs to go with it that's on sale. I can't call her up and have her place it for me. I need to be able to go to her website to place that order and get that sale and get that ordered, because again, quantities are limited. And so that is the best way for Scentsy to be able to track them. Sales in the past that we did, flash sales years ago, when they would do those, they didn't have it just by website, so you could go on as a consultant and do that. And they were finding that that's what was happening. Consultants were taking orders, and by the time they would get to the workstation and place the order, the quantities were already sold out. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, it was sad news. So in order to keep that from happening, it is truly all web-based now. So that's an amazing thing. So the website is pretty darn good. If you hear me ever talk about ever investing any money back into your business, it's for your website. So that $10 a month, an amazing investment to keep your business growing. If this is something that is truly just a hobby for you, disregard everything I said, unless you absolutely just want to have a website. But if you are truly looking to build a team, website, number one thing you got to have before you do anything else. Don't waste your time doing anything else unless you are able to have your website. So I wanted to run through, what's up, sweetie?
Start from it coming.
Not yet, okay?
Okay, I thought you called me.
No, I'll call louder. Okay, thank you.
Can I leave the door open so I
Yes,
can hear you?
of course. She's dying to be in the video, but I told her this was really work related. I really wanted to get some stuff done, so. All right, so today is all about team building. The first thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, see, I jotted my notes down of what I wanted to talk about today. The first thing I wanted to talk about was stop thinking that you have to know everything before you become a leader and grow a team. I am a firm believer in the concept of I don't need to know everything. Even if I were sitting before you today as a superstar director and I had a team of 500 people underneath me, I don't need to know everything. Why? If you watch the rest of my videos and subscribe to me, then you know it's all about the tribe and knowing your resources and knowing where to go to get information that you need. I will never claim to have all the answers. I think it's completely impossible and illogical for anyone to ever assume or say, don't worry, I always will know the answer, because no one can ever always know the answer. But that doesn't mean that even if you're just joining, you can't start building a team yet because you're like, oh, well, I just joined and I don't really know too much about the company. No, get that concept out of your mind. Hit the delete button, get it out of there, because that is not true. That is simply not true. With the way that Scentsy is structured and with the way our teams are structured, you have the resources at your fingertips. And we're going to go into a little bit more detail about sponsoring in a 2-for-1 concept, okay? So the first part of building a team, number one, is to create a vision with passion. I think that you truly, and this doesn't just go for Scentsy, but this goes for any business that you're ever going to be involved in your life, or anything that you plan to do in your life that is going to have impact. You have to have passion driving that vision. So to put that in perspective, I truly have a passion for Scentsy. I stand behind Scentsy 100%. I use Scentsy in my home on a daily basis. That is truly how much I love Scentsy and the products that we offer. Now, even if I wasn't a consultant, I'd be somebody's best customer, because I truly have a passion for the quality of the product. I love the wax. I love seeing the new scents and the new warmers. And when a new catalog drops, this is the most exciting time. But it truly is a deep set passion for me. And I happen to have a job that is very mentally exhausting and draining. So at the end of the day, yes, I am like, okay, that is it. That is all my brain can handle today. I cannot put out any more fires. I'm done. I'm shutting off. But magically, when I get home and I look at my planner, and as a matter of fact, when I pull out my planner, this is what honestly keeps my sanity most times. But I will have everything down that I need. So if there's something that I know that I need to get done on a certain night, then all I have to do is go to my planner and kind of have an idea of what I need to do. And you know what? It's not a chore for me to do my Scentsy work or my Scentsy business. It truly isn't. I thoroughly enjoy working my Scentsy business. So sitting before you tonight even, and trust me, I had a very mentally exhausting day. I think I walked out of there just like, I'm surprised I have hair left. But I get home and here my spirit is renewed. Why is that? Because my passion for Scentsy and my business is like way up here, okay? It's way up here. And nothing can diminish that. Nobody can take that away from me. That is truly me and how I feel and what Scentsy gives me in return. So I've created that vision for myself. How do you create a vision? You can do it in a couple of different ways. You can write it down. It can be a goal. It can be a dream board. It can be whatever you need it to be. For me, it all comes back down to my why. Why do I work my Scentsy business? Because my Scentsy business pays for my car payments every single month. That in itself is a motivator for me. That takes that chunk out of my personal family account, right? I don't even have to worry about those things because they're not taken care of because of my Scentsy. I'm able to supplement that and then focus on everything else. That's a blessing for me and my family. Now, of course, my vision for Scentsy does not stop there. My vision, of course, is to continue to build my team and hopefully get to the point to where I can replace that mentally exhausting job that I just left today and do this all day instead. That is my ultimate vision. So therefore, my passion drives that vision. So I'm continuously working towards my why. My why is to provide for my family, for that little thing out there, for my other 2 children, for my husband, for our household. We're in the middle of trying to buy a home. We have all these things going on in our life. And so this is my motivation to be able to enjoy my life and not come home stressed and feeling like I shouldn't have any hair left in my head because I wanted to pull it out all day. Nobody wants that. So I would much rather do this all day than do the other. That is my vision and my passion. So that's my number 1. Number 2, you have to build belief. And your belief in others creates motivation. So I want you to think about your tribe. And again, if you followed along in the video series, then you know that your tribe, that's your people who you can go to when you're just having a bummer of a day or even a bummer of a month. And you're like, oh man, I just can't get anything going in my business this month. What am I going to do? Lean on your tribe. Those are the people who are going to motivate you. They're going to give you that strength and that positivity. Keep going. You can do this. Here's some ideas, or, what have you. They're the ones who are going to be behind you and helping you push when you can't push yourself. And by being able to have that for yourself, you want to create that belief and you want to be able to give that motivation to your team as well. So I'm telling my team now, I'm spelling it out. If they need me and if they need someone to lean on, I'm their biggest cheerleader. I am here to cheer them on. I am the one here to tell them that, yeah, I'm sorry you're having a crappy month. Trust me, I know. I have been there. There have been some months where it's just been nothing, nada, flat line. But I have those people to tell me, don't worry about it. Next month is a whole new month. It's okay. I am that cheerleader for my team. And when you create that belief, when you create that sense of knowing you've got that cheerleader back behind you, or knowing you've got that person there, if it's just been a crappy day and you've called 60 people maybe, or you've worked all month and you booked 4 parties and all 4 of them bailed, and then somebody else took a bag party and you can't get a hold of them now and you don't know what to do. When you need that motivation, you know that you can call on those people. And so you know that you have that person behind you going, don't worry, it's okay. You have that belief and you create that belief, and therefore you are empowering not only yourself, but those in your tribe and those in your team, because my team is my tribe, along with the tribe that I rely on for my personal business too. So I have this large extended tribe of people that are there and that I also provide that belief for and motivation for in return. So it's a reciprocal relationship that we all have. I think that is extremely important in direct sales, because trust me, not every single month is going to be a bed of roses. It's just not. And if it is, awesome sauce. I can tell you, though, that you are going to have months where it's not going to be that way every single month. It's just not. It's not possible. Number 3, you want to be generating leads. And then the follow-up to that is to follow up with those leads. I shared something on my team page. I think it was yesterday, or maybe the day before. All my days run together right now. I shared something, though, that somebody from my tribe, Kimberly, had done, and where she had taken a scent circle, and she was kind of sharing some Scentsy love. And in the middle of the Scentsy circle, so kind of behind the package, she put one of those enter my drawing slips. And as she handed it out to potential leads or people who she thought might be interested in the opportunity, whether that be hosting or joining her team, she told them, and I don't remember if she wrote it on the scent circle too, or if she, like, on the back side of the scent circle, or if she just told them as she passed them out. I can't remember exactly. But what she did is she instructed them to, hey, do me a favor, fill that out with your information. And of course, she's branded it, right? So it's either got her sticker or a business card on it with her phone number. She said, when you fill that card out, that drawing card out, I want you to take a picture and text it to me. Genius. Because what did that just do? What did that do for her? Not only is this a potential host or a team member that she's talking to, but it gave them a call to action. When you give someone a call to action, that is forcing them to make a decision. They're either going to do it or they're not, right? But giving them that call to action then kind of puts a little bit of meaning behind it, because I can pass out scent circles all day long. People will take them and be happy and enjoy it. Yes, that's great. And maybe they'll forget to not throw away the package and they'll call me the next time they want another one. But by doing what she's done, she's passed it out. Those people have that call to action. And so what they are doing is, they're going to be like, oh, heck yeah, I want to join her drawing. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to fill all this out. I'm going to snapshot it. She told me to text it to her. Awesome. I can do that. Because what do people not want? They don't want a whole lot, most people don't want a whole lot of interaction or commitment, right? They don't want to feel like they're, oh my gosh, if I call her, oh man, I'm going to be on the phone for like 20 minutes. She's going to try and sell me on this, and I don't want all that. But they're a lot more comfortable texting, right? Most of us are anymore. At least I'm very comfortable texting. I'm a texter. I'm not more of a phone person. I can do video all day. But I am more of a texter. If you give me text, it calls me to action very quickly, very quickly. Except for you people texting me right now, I'm sorry. I will get with you as soon as I'm done. Disclaimer. If you're one of the people texting me right now. But by them doing that, what did they do? Not only did she get a text that had hopefully almost everything filled out on that drawing slip, which was everything that she needs to follow up, right? She had a name, a phone number, an address, an email address. She has all of that. And what happened? They texted it to her. That opened the door of communication for her. So now, obviously, whenever she gets a text of one of those, what's the first thing she's going to do? She's going to text back. Oh, thank you so much. I got your entry. Thank you, blah, blah, blah. She's opening that door of communication. So now that door has been opened, now she can now talk to them about, hey, when I'm running a special, do you mind if I give you a quick text whenever I've got a special going on? Yeah, sure. That'd be great. They're not committing to something. They know it's just a text that's going to come through. But what's going to happen, just like on social media and everything else that we're doing, it's keeping Scentsy and you, because you are your brand, right? You are your brand. You are Scentsy to everybody who knows you. They're keeping you in their head. And so by keeping it fresh and active and exciting, you're generating interest, continuous interest. And when you generate that continuous interest, they're either going to become a customer of yours, and eventually, or if they're motivated at all and they see that you've got this great passion about the products and your vision and you're always talking about it and you're so positive and they're like, oh my gosh, she does all this and this is what she does and how she does it, I think I'm going to join. See how that circle and that wheel just rolled down the road? All because she put a drawing slip in a scent circle, people. By generating these leads on a consistent basis, all you're going to do is just put your name out there even more. And I loved that idea. I truly loved it. I thought it was fantastic. Fantastic. Kudos, Kimberly. But the key also in generating those leads, so if you go to the bank and you talk to somebody or what have you, or you're wherever and you're talking about joining your team, you have to have some way in order to follow up with them. Giving them that drawing slip and having them text a picture of it, genius. Hats off. Because that gave her exactly what she needs to follow up with those people. Number 4, ask others to join your dream team. I can't say this enough. No one's going to join your team unless you ask. Now, some might. It's not to say that it will never happen. You know, it's not like, oh, I never asked that person. She joined my team. No. But in some shape or form, you asked that person, right? Whether it was a post on social media, whether it was a video, whether it was you met them at the grocery store, you work with them, whatever it is, somewhere along the way, the seed was planted. And that is why they ended up joining your team. But you need to be able to also offer ways to connect and train those people. Because if you're not keeping your team involved in ways of training and building their own business, they're going to lose that concept, right? So, for example, I do weekly videos on training. And the majority of the reason why I do that is because the majority of my team is not local to me. I think I've got 3 people on my team, maybe 4, who are actually in the same state that I am. Everyone else is scattered across the United States and Canada, and that's awesome. And I love that. Why is that? Because that's what works for me in my business anyway. I am the social media person. I'm the person who's able to do these things, and I like doing these things, and it motivates me to do these things, offer training in this way. So I have some team members who are very active on Facebook. I've got some who aren't even on Facebook. And so I've got some who are on Instagram, but not Facebook. I've got some who follow on YouTube, but not on Facebook. Everybody is going to be different, and everybody has different schedules, okay? Everybody has different schedules. And so in the beginning, when I started out, and having to ignore that text, when I was starting out, here's the deal. I had, at the time, I had 4 or 5 team members, and all of them were local. Because I hadn't started doing any social media or anything at all, right? I wasn't doing anything like that, not even close. And it was a hobby for me at that time. It was not a business. And so, but it would never fail because I was always like, oh, we should all get together. Oh, that would be so awesome. And I talked to them, oh yeah, let's do it. Let's get together. Let's do it. And so I'd plan a night, right? So, okay, on this night, let's meet up here and we're going to do it. And what would happen? Everybody would cancel, or it wouldn't work for everybody, and only one person could come. And so we tried that time and time and time again, and we just could not get everybody's schedules coordinated because we had people who were in college classes or who worked later hours, worked the night shift. They have kids, they have families, they've got responsibilities. They were on the softball team, and there was so much stuff going on that it just becomes a little hard to get everybody congregated in one place at one time to answer all of those questions. And so when my team started growing, I thought, okay, I have to grow with my team. I have to find better ways to still be able to give them, hopefully, inspiration and that motivation, and be able to give them that outlet for training, right? Yes, Scentsy is amazing when it comes to training. Yes, they are. So in your workstation, you can click on the training center. You can binge watch till your heart's content. Amazing content located in that training center. Do not ever for a second forget about your training center because it's fantabulous. But I wanted to still be able to provide training to my team directly. So I started doing videos. And it was a way for me to be able to say, here, I'm going to do some videos. You may not be able to watch them today or this week, but next week when you have time, they're there for you. It gave my team members a way to be able to access that training on their schedule. Now, I am still growing as a leader. I am still growing as a consultant. I am still growing in my business, right? I'm never going to stop growing, and I'm never going to stop reaching out and learning different things. So do you know when I watch my trainings? When I'm cooking dinner half the time. I will be in the kitchen cooking dinner, and I will either have it playing on my phone, I'll have my Bluetooth in my ear, or I've got the Surface out and I've got the video playing while I'm watching and cooking dinner all at the same time. Why? Well, for one, everybody leaves me alone in the kitchen because they don't want to come mess with me in the kitchen. And two, it's my one ability to kind of get it in, right? If there's a show on TV that I want to watch later because I have a guilty pleasure TV show I need to watch, then I'm going to get my training in when I can. And so I wanted to be able to provide that aspect for my team. So look for ways that you can help your team and give them the opportunities to get their training in when they can and around their schedule. Now we want to duplicate. This is where I'm going to talk about sponsoring in a 2-for-1 capability. We want to rinse and repeat by influencing new customers to join with a friend. Join with a friend. Remember how I talked about at the beginning about how you do not have to know everything. You do not have to be a seasoned consultant to start a team. You can start a team from day one. I have seen my own team and he was amazing because he joined and within like 20 minutes, he already had someone else joined underneath him. He was building a team on his terms, and he was doing it from the moment he signed up. Did he have all the answers? Heck no, he didn't. But what does that do? That gives you and another person the opportunity to grow businesses together. What does that automatically do? That automatically cements you with a tribe member from day one. Amazing concept when you're able to have that person that you can bounce things off of. Now, having them join with a friend, some people may scoff at that and be like, well, yeah, but if they're friends, they're going to know the same people, and then they're not going to have customers, right? Trust me, I don't care how close of BFFs you are. Everybody has different circles, right? You have different circles that you run in. You don't both work at the same job. You don't both go to the same school. You both don't go to the same restaurants and bank and church and school or activities with kids, and nobody lives their lives exactly the same. You're all running into different people. You may have the same circles, social circles or things like that, but you have different family members. You've got different places that you go. Everybody's creating their own circle of customers. So don't let that get in the way of thinking, well, I can't join because if she joins too, then we're going to be fighting over people. Not true at all. Not true at all. But by able to have that tribe member and that partner from day one, or even, 3 months after you join and you're like, hey, you should come on and join with me. I'm really loving this. That's great. And let them know I'm here for you. I've been through everything you just went through. So here, let me help you show you the ropes. You're instantly a leader. You are instantly connecting with that person, and you are instantly giving them what? Giving them the belief in themselves to know, hey, she did it. I can do this too. You've created that belief system right away. It's perfect. Number 6, recognize effort, progress, and results. Social media is a great way to do that. And you know what? It's free. Well, yeah, I pay for my Wi-Fi, but I can go up the street to Starbucks and get Wi-Fi for free. It is truly free to advertise on social media, or not advertise, to shout out your kudos on social media. Why not do it? It's easy, it's quick. You could text them, you could call them, whatever is your preferred method. But being able to recognize effort and progress, of course, only motivates even more and instills that belief even more. Lastly, I'm going to leave you with number 7, and that is to influence others with your attitude, actions, and your belief. And I should add passion. Because I think that your attitude speaks volumes. So even if in real life you are a negative Nelly and you're having a really tough time, you still want to try. I'm not telling anybody to be fake. I'm not telling you that at all. So please don't read into that. But what I'm telling you is to not lose your passion and your inner belief for what you believe in and who you are when you're talking to other people. Now, again, like I said, we are our own brand with Scentsy, right? When people talk to me, I want them to know, hey, that's Jacqui. She sells Scentsy. I want them to correlate me with Scentsy. And so by my attitude and being authentic, you know, I'm sarcastic, I'm silly, I'm goofy, I'm going to be a little wild every so often. I'm going to be the OMG person, but that's who I am. It's not a facade. It's not me just trying to be cool or hip. That's just who I am. And so because I am authentic and because I share that authenticity with everything that I do, it just naturally comes through, and I just maintain that. So just be you, be authentic, and share that. But remember to keep your passion and your belief attached to your attitude. So when you're talking about Scentsy and you're having, you know, an amazing time, share it with the ones that you love. Now, and there will come times, if there hasn't been any times, but there are going to come times, yes, when you have those months that are not as shiny as roses as the other ones were. So what do you do during those months? You certainly don't get on Facebook and go, ugh, I am so frustrated with my business today. #frustrated. No. Take your frustrations up. Go to your sponsor. Go to your tribe. Go to your team members. You know, don't try and drag them down with you. But you want to be like, guys, I'm having a crappy day. Who's ready to cheer me up? Who can tell me a funny joke? If that's what it takes, that's what it takes. And I expect my personal team, if you are on my team, if you are in my downline, I expect you, if you're having a bad day, to post in our team success page, I'm having a bad day. Who's going to cheer me up? And I guarantee you, we are all going to be there cheering you up. That's what we are there for. That is what we provide as your team. I hope that some of these ideas have sparked some interest. Being able to build a team, it's not something that is going to happen overnight. So if you were looking for an overnight success story of saying, okay, dear Jacqui, I watched your video and then I went to sleep. And when I woke up on Wednesday, I didn't have any new team members. I'm upset. Well, what did you do? Did you talk to anybody? Did you take any action? Here is your call to action. I want you to start employing some of these concepts. And again, these are not anything that is going to happen overnight. You are not going to wake up tomorrow and have 6 people waiting to join your team. But if you do these things with consistency, you are going to see results. So I want you to be consistent with your actions, be consistent with what you're doing, continue to work your business, reach out and ask when you need that help. There is no shame in ever asking for help. So don't ever let it be known or sit in your head that you have a silly question and I just shouldn't ask that because it's silly. And they're going to think that I'm silly if I ask that question. Heck no, delete that out of your vocabulary now because there is no silly question. Ask away. I hope that you all have a wonderful week. I hope that you enjoy doing a little something different with the Google Hangout this week for our Tuesday training. Remember, next week, it is all about what do? I just joined Scentsy, and I'm going to do a screen share, and I'm going to walk through some of the fields on our workstation to kind of get you a little bit familiar if you're just joining with how Scentsy goes. So again, if you're following me on YouTube, or if not, go grab my YouTube page and you want to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the fun. Take care. Have a great rest of your week. And as always, peace, love, happiness. Have a great one.